Because I had a feeling you might enjoy this, Abby.
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds is in today's episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you want to come see?
Go on then.
Abby is wearing her pyjamas, so doesn't want to be shown on camera. But there he is. Look.
Oh.
Yeah, see? And Rob McAnally. Remember him?
No,
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
never watched it.
I feel bad for Rob. Everyone remembers Ryan and not Rob. But I remember Wrexham. They always beat me. But not today. Today it's going to be different. I know it. It feels in my bones. Yes, viewers, today we take on Wrexham and Mansfield. Originally it was going to be Gillingham, but the fixture got moved, so it's actually going to be, ironically, on New Year's Eve, which I thought was a bit like, oh, well, I mean, it's perfect symmetry, isn't it? What I'm finding a bit weird to believe is that if you look at the form, you'd say, actually, Mike, your form's been pretty dreadful since the last time we met, and it has. But in the league, lost to Burton, drew with Cambridge, lost to Barnet, beat Morecambe, excellent. Lost to Walsall in the Papa Johnson Trophy. Oh, terrible. It's not sent, Mike, honestly. Tranmere, lost to them in the FA Cup second round, so we're out of that again for another year. Not too worried about that, though, because finances are looking pretty decent. Beat Exeter 3-1, I thought, here we go. Done 2 back-to-back 0-0s against Harrogate and Stockport, and you're thinking, ooh, that we're going to be tumbling down the league. Quite the opposite. We're third. And I don't know what's happening, but that could easily change. You look at it all the way down, even to Stockport, down in 10th. There's only 8 points between us and Stockport. There's only 4 points between us and Doncaster, who are in 9th. So the table is concertinaing a lot. We're very, very even as it stands. It's about to get a little less even because we're taking on, arguably, my nemesis of the entire series so far, Wrexham. If you look at it, we played Wrexham 4 times. We've lost 4. We haven't even scored a goal against them. So confidence is not high going into today's game. But a couple of things I do need to get through with you very, very quickly is that a couple of players have gone out. Marcus Meir, who was getting very annoyed by not playing a lot of game time. I've loaned him out to Scunthorpe for the rest of the season, so hopefully that will satisfy him. The big one is that I've loaned out DJ Campton Sturridge. It's a bit of a weird one because he's got 22 goals in 55 games for us, but I can't justify playing him all the time, especially when Kiarte's in great form, and I've got too many people that really think that they should be playing. So he's gone off on loan, and that has left me with only 2 real strikers, really, in Sean Darkwa and Katia Kiarte. Even Vaughan Coville can play as a striker, but let's just say he's not quite hit it off as I hoped he would. In terms of the lineup, then, this is how we are. Kakpa's in goal, Burns, Robinson, Thompson and Hughes make up the back 4. Then you've got Sese, Ajayi and Mundle in the middle. Sayers on the left, Palmer's on the right, Kiarte's leading the line up front. I've got a lot of unhappy players at the moment. Daniel Ojo is unhappy as well. He's been popping up and saying, oh, why aren't I playing at left back? Because you're playing at 6.54 every game and you're just not very good anymore, okay? You're just not very good at this level. I guess this is our chance to extract vengeance upon Wrexham. Vengeance! Hopefully we can, I don't know. I'm scared for this game. I've never ever played well against Wrexham. Like I said, we've never even scored a goal. So they're playing an identical formation. They are currently top as it stands. So we could really, really pull them back into the race should we beat them today. We've dominated a lot of games recently, but not been able to finish off our chances. That's really been the story of the last couple of months, to be fair. We've not played badly at all. We've just not been able to just finish teams off, for lack of a better phrase. In the last couple of games, we found it hard to get that breakthrough. It's that horrible Christmas period where there's so many fixtures. Fortunately, we're out of a couple of competitions now, so it's going to make it a bit easier. All we've got to focus on is the league. Say into Ajayi. It's been a good period of dominant possession from us here, though, to start with, and I'm enjoying it. The Robinson-Thompson partnership as well is good. So is Mwongo. When Mwongo comes in, he's been really decent. So we've made, defensively, we're a lot more solid. At the back, at front, though, that's where it's all going a bit wrong, as Katia Kiarte heads it wide. I just love whipping crosses in for that man. He wins everything in the air. Illness update. Abby, we believe, is sort of like on the way out of it. I'm having the first time today where literally like it's the breathlessness and the tiredness that's getting me now. The cough seems to be very sporadic, so it's getting better, I would like to think. I'm just waiting for that little ball over the top where Katia makes that movement. He's very good at pulling off of the defender. Excuse me. There it is. Ajay into Kiarte. Kiarte, that is... Let's not talk about the finish. Talk about the build-up play before it. Let's not talk about the finish. But we've only got 18 games left, and there is a feeling that we're not going away. And there's so much more in the way of promotion spots in this league. There's 3 automatic promotion spots to pick from. We've been to playoffs before. We know what we're doing in playoffs. We're very well seasoned in it. So if we did get that, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's also not the worst thing in the world if we don't go up. I know it sounds weird from Manchester because you always want to. But I'm not really that bothered if we don't, because I just feel that, you know, we're really overachieving by a mile at the moment. I know they're going to score. I can feel it. This is every Wrexham game I've ever played, basically, just panning out as usual. Russell will go. He's not quite through. He finds Norwood. I'm waiting for it. It's going to be a worldie. Ford. What's the point, man? What's the point? 40 minutes in. It's just a worldie. I've been done, but this has literally been the last 5 games to a T. Completely dominate the game. They have one shot. They score it. Ford bangs it. Kakpa's nowhere near it, which isn't his fault because it's a wonderful strike. And we're behind, even though we don't deserve to be. 66 possession to 34. 8 shots to 6. Joke. I say you're unlucky so far. You've done nothing wrong. This is the part. I can't even have a go at the defenders because they've been brilliant. There's nothing they can do. It's just a worldie. Mundell's not played very well at 6.4. Not used to that from him. He's usually the man that kind of really dictates play and sort of sets the tone. Recently come out from a red card, which is our first red card in a while. To be fair, it wasn't a bad one though. It wasn't a lunge or anything. It was just a double yellow for a couple of cynical tackles, which was stupid, but I felt a little bit for him. Right, Jaden Mwongo is coming on. He's going to go into the middle, and I am going for it a bit here, but I feel like it's the only thing we can do. I'm going to go to the classic Mike 3-1-4-2. Let's get you on a poacher, lad, and let's just go for it. Am I ever actually going to score against them? That's what annoys me. 5 games this will be against Wrexham, and not scored 1 goal. If you want to talk bogey teams, these guys are literally, they're streaming. It is a snotty nose if you're talking about a bogey team. I hate it. They just go, yeah, well, we've got a goal now, so let's just shut up shop. There wasn't one highlight in that second half. The wretched run against Wrexham goes on. Hate it. Hate them. Their manager is a right piece of work as well. He really doesn't like me. Obviously not in real life, but in the game, me and him have a really big, fierce rivalry going on. As you can imagine, because I take defeat so well. I suppose one positive is that we are playing Mansfield Town. They're 23rd, but we have a really bad habit in this game of drawing with teams or dropping points against the teams that are really struggling. It's not good. I made my first signing of the January transfer window. A player called Miles Cashmore, who's just come in as a backup for Yeston Hughes, which means that Sesse can still maintain his place to that ball-winning midfielder role. He actually looks pretty good. He's on loan in from Derby. Cypriot, only 19 years old, got some really good physicals, really good mentals when you look at it there. Technicals are pretty decent, could probably use a little bit of work, but ultimately pretty content. The 191 league appearances made by Harvey Sayre in his Billericay career is a new record. Excellent. He is now our most, I can't believe it, he's our most senior player. Unbelievable. I've tried to sell out Daniel Ojo, no one's going for it. This is another player I'm trying to get in at the moment. And his name is Ishmael Mills. He looks amazing, let's be fair. He can play in the midfield, he can play as a ball-winning midfielder in a defensive role, box-to-box. He's got everything I would really want in a midfielder. He just looks top-notch, and I just pray that we can get him in, because he just looks, yes, just my cup of tea. Okay, so we're taking on Mansfield. Like I said, they are 23rd. They are miles adrift as well, 12 points adrift of Cambridge. It's safe to say I think Mansfield and Bromley will be the 2 teams going down this year. We're 8 points off the top Wrexham, but we are still in the top 3. We need to bounce back, though. This is the start of a run where we need to start winning games again, because at the moment, it just isn't quite good enough, really, for, well, I mean, all things relative. We're doing really well considering where we're meant to be, but I know we can play better. We have played better. and we need to. In terms of the lineup then, there's only going to be one change. The enforced one of Harvey Said dropping out means that Chiarte moves out to that left-hand side and a Darkwork will come in up front. Hopefully, please score some goal. I just need one of my strikers to get into some form. We've not scored in 3 games. I mean, that's not good enough in any form whatsoever. So Mansfield lost 4 of their last 5. I expect us to pile on the misery. I mean, that's such a horrible team. That's such a horrible thing to say. This is the problem I think that I am going to have, is that the squad depth isn't enough. When Chiarte isn't firing, we then have a problem up front. If Thompson or Robinson were to get injured, I mean, Mwongo could step in. He's not too bad, but in the midfield, not good enough. Like, there's no really good replacements for maybe Morton for Ajayi and Mundell, but Morton isn't an attacking midfielder either. He's a defensive midfielder, so trying to put him in that position is a bit tough. As Palmer goes in on goal, square it please, lad. There you go, Remain Mundell, as I say his name, gets the 7th goal of the season. Lovely crossover by Palmer. We're 1-0 up, thank God for that. Good play here by a Darkwood, to be fair, but Ajayi's the man that sets up most of the play here. It's a brilliant ball to find Palmer. Talk about composure. And Mundell's literally in the 6-yard box for a tap-in. That's where I want my midfielders to be. Get beyond the forwards. Make those runs in there. No one can track your runners. I think it's one of the things I've done really well in FM this year, and it seems to be a thing that I think I've managed to... I was always hesitant to do attacking midfielders because I just thought it's just going to empty the midfield. But actually, when you look at it, I think you've got to trust your players to make the right sort of decisions. And actually, the attacking means that they do get into the box more, and you are more likely to get goals from your midfield. If you've not got brilliant attackers, use your midfield to try and get forward and get you goals, is what I'm trying to say. It's going to be another game full of highlights by the looks of things. As we approach half-time, we've had one highlight, we scored from it. I mean, ultimately, I'll take it at the end of the day, but I was hoping for a bit more. I mean, are we going to see anything more for the rest of this game? Are we going to see any other kind of shots? Another highlight? Another goal? I mean, anything would be nice at this point. Oh, no, but not for Mansfield. Not for Mansfield. Don't do this. Don't do... They just hit one wide. Don't do this. Don't you flipping dare. Maris on the ball. I mean, we've got everyone behind the ball. Don't you dare. I can see it already. You just know it's coming, don't you? Sinclair whips it in. Freeman back post, he's missed. It's testing me right now. It's a very, very unconvincing win against a poor Mansfield team. I'm just going to say, nice work everyone. We got the job done. But we are unconvincing at the moment. But it's a sign of a good team if you can win when you're not playing well. Defensively, very, very solid. Ajayi, Callum Sesse and Kieran Thompson all jaded and can do with the rest. Don't worry, that means I can play Jayden Mwongo, who's also been complaining about not getting enough game time. And I'm going to have a very busy January transfer window because I need players. There's probably only 2 or 3 more episodes left in this season of the series, so I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll come back for an episode against Walsall and maybe Yeovil, which will be just at the start of March. So let's come back for those games. It's a good home and away game, which is something I really like doing. Away, we've not been brilliant recently. Actually, to be fair, at home, we've not been brilliant recently. We've just not been very good. Hopefully, though, that win against Mansfield and a few more new players in will spark a little bit of a revival. We've got a few decent teams coming up. We've obviously got Salford, we've got Forest Green, Wickham will be tough. But I think then if we get into the start of March and we're still round about where we are at the moment, I would not rule us out of maybe nicking an automatic promotion spot, which, let's face it, would be insane, to be fair. I'm amazed at the moment with how well we're doing. We've got a really good sort of vibe going. Hopefully, that can continue and take us on into it. Part of me thinks that I really don't want to go up because I know that we'll get smashed in League One. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think it's worth going up again? Or do you think that maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing if we stayed in the division for a bit longer? I'm interested to find out what you guys think, as always. And thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. Sorry, there's not that many... Sorry, there hasn't been that much in the way of highlights. Can't do too much about that. It is what it is. But thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Happy New Year to you all. I'll probably see you for another episode tomorrow just to celebrate 2022 off in style. Maybe we'll do a little video about my goals for 2022, and also I have a Q&A video that I owe you all, so that's something to look forward to. Until I see you all again though, take care of yourselves everyone, and stay cool. Bye!